So, this is an exercise, a meditative painting exercise to connect with the inner child. And it can be very healing for the inner child as well. And so, how the exercise works is you just grab some art materials, whatever is easy or sounds fun. If you don't have any art supplies, you can go buy just cheap art supplies, dollar store, pharmacy, or you can go buy the art supply store and just get what looks fun. You know, that can be part of this exercise, is to buy something that looks like it's fun to play with. Um, and then, and if you're very busy, this exercise does not have to take long. It could just be a 20-minute break from maybe your day that's very serious, or if you feel a lot of stress, or you tend to be rigid and worried, this can be really helpful as well. And if you're feeling creatively blocked, this can be helpful. And so what you do is you just carve out some private time. It's best to have some privacy for this and be by yourself and have your art supplies. And then before you start being creative, you just take a moment to connect to yourself. And you could even close your eyes and set the intention, but you're going to talk to your inner child. And you're just going to say, hey, and like in my case, Leela, hey, little Leela, this is going to be your time to play, and I'm going to let you do whatever you want. Just for this time, you can do whatever you want. And I'm not going to make you follow any rules, and I'm not going to judge what you're doing. And then just see what happens and start playing. And just give yourself permission to be a child for a while. And also watch any judgments or fears that come. And if you're judging what you're creating and what you're painting, just let the thoughts float in and out. If you find yourself trying to do this and you get stuck, you can continue talking to your inner child. Be encouraging. So like, hey, what do you want to do now? What sounds fun? It may take a little bit to connect, especially if you're not used to doing this. And just think of it just like any child outside of you. Sometimes a child is shy or a little afraid, and they just need to be told or be made to feel safe. It's okay. You can express yourself. And then during that time that you're doing this exercise, which is like 20 to 30 minutes, don't be the adult. Don't interfere in what you're doing. And be aware when you want to do that. This exercise can be really helpful if you grew up around very critical people, or you have memories of maybe being in a strict environment. Most of us had some of that from even just the education system. We had to follow rules, we got in trouble. So one thing you can say to your inner child, if that was the case, it's okay. You're not going to get in trouble. And yeah, and you may be surprised how much fun you can have. And this kind of fun, it's like that inner child fun and that inner child joy. It doesn't need a reason. It's not like you accomplished something or had to earn that feeling good. It's just like, wow, I'm happy to be alive. And so that's the effect it can have. And then you can feel the energy flow more. That's possible. This is also helpful if at a young age you had to take on more serious or adult responsibilities, like caring for your younger siblings and things like that. So you might have had to grow up really fast. And also for people who had abusive or living in abusive environments, because the inner child maybe inside maybe didn't get to have fun, didn't get to feel safe. And this exercise can be very empowering, not just for the childhood experiences, but also for you as an adult, because we often carry those childhood experiences underneath our daily experiences. For example, when people don't approve of us, or maybe we feel lonely, or we feel like we're not getting attention or love. When you work with your inner child this way and talk to them, find out what they need, it's like you're being your own parent. And you're giving yourself what you want. And that can feel really good. That can feel good to not be dependent on someone else or waiting around for someone to give you attention or give you approval. And so when we grow up, often we lose the good parts of childhood, which is the simple joy and wonder and curiosity and feeling glad to be alive. Even people who grew up in severely abusive environments had those moments at a very early age of that feeling. But then we lose that, and then we often keep the downside of childhood, which is having to depend on feeling like we're dependent on other people for our survival, for approval, the need to obey authority, obey rules and things like that. So this can be healing for that as well. Now, if you do this exercise and you find that it's painful or really difficult and you can't move through it, if you're watching this video on YouTube, there's some links to some tools you can use. I highly recommend the Dalian method for working with those deeper issues and blockages. Okay, well, have fun. And if you try it, let me know how it goes.